Okay, on this page of our homework, it's asking you just to identify adjacent angles. And the reason I do this one at this point is because we might think, oh, adjacent shares one side or next to, but I really want you to see the full definition and see some examples that apply or don't apply. If you also want to label them as, whatever else they are, because you're like, hey, I know what else those are, feel free. So here's the definition we have to abide by. The two angles are adjacent if they have a common or shared side, they have a common vertex, a common starting point, they have no interior points in common. The common side must be between the two angles. No overlap is permitted. Or another way to express condition C is that one angle may not lie on top of the other angle. Okay, so let's go take a peek here. The first two angles do share a side. They do, right? The side right here. But do they share a vertex? No. So we say that these are not adjacent. But some people seeing this earlier today said, oh, those are alternate interior angles, which are equal. Yes, you can say what they are if you want to. The next ones do share a side. Do you see it right here? And they share a vertex right here. So we can say that these ones are adjacent. Okay, look at the next one. This part C is kind of what they were talking about in condition C, where one angle may not lie on the other. So we're going to say not adjacent. Okay, how about these next ones? Do they share a side or a vertex? Nope. Not adjacent. You might look at those and say that those two angles look congruent, but they're not adjacent. Next one, they share a side right here and they share a vertex. These are adjacent. 1 and 2 are the angles that are in question here. Notice 1 and 2 share a vertex but not a side. So we would say 1 and 2 are not adjacent. But we had a discussion today in one of my classes where if we consider angle 3, this undiscussed angle here, 1 and 3 are adjacent and 3 and 2 are adjacent. And so that angle in the middle like angle 3 is adjacent to angle 1 and angle 2. So in case you're wondering like, hey, well, what about that guy? These guys right here share a vertex but not a side. So these are not adjacent. And not only are they not adjacent, but students in one of my periods yelled out today, but those are vertical angles. And we know that vertical angles are equal. All right, these next two share a side but do not share a vertex. So these are not adjacent. And then in one of my classes, students said that they were same side interior angles. And last, this guy over here is a linear pair. You got it. But are they adjacent or not? Yes, they are adjacent. And that's it. So this whole page, we're just doing adjacent or not adjacent. How'd you